Breaking news, we now have the statement. Andy Puzder is out. He has officially withdrawn his candidacy as Labor Secretary. Here's the statement. I've just gotten it. Quote, after careful consideration and discussion with my family, I am withdrawing my nomination for Secretary of Labor. I'm honored to have been considered by President Donald Trump to lead the Department of Labor. He goes on to say, I want to thank him for the nomination. While I won't be serving in the administration, I fully support the president and this highly qualified team. What isn't said is that there was a growing groundswell of resistance coming from conservatives. 7, at least, Republican senators were going to withhold support. It was revealed that Puzder had employed an undocumented worker. This for an administration that says, get rid of undocumented workers. The CEO of CKE Restaurants, that's Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, had also given an interview where he said on robots versus real employees, they're always polite. I like them better because they never take a vacation. They never show up late. Charlie Gasparino, that's 2 in a week of nominee slash acceptances that have been reversed.
Clinton had a bunch of people that dropped out.
5.
5, right? Obama had
3.
Had 3. This is 2 in 1 week. The Flynn one was kind of messy because it involves the Russians and an investigation and the leaked transcripts. So,
and he had been confirmed.
And he'd been confirmed. You know, stuff's going to happen. I always question this one guy as a labor secretary. I mean, if you hire undocumented workers and you want to be part of the Trump administration, that seems like an oxymoron, right? If you want to be part of the Trump administration, which built its sort of as representing the working man, and then you praise robotics, and putting people out of work. He
said they never show up late, they never sue for age or sex discrimination.
Right. So if you do that, I think that's a problem. And
well, that was Donald Trump's base, the real working man who felt downtrodden and losing jobs right and left.
Well, we're going to have to figure out exactly why Republicans were against this. I think we need to do a little more reporting. There's got to be something else here than just those 2 statements. There's got to be more there, or else it may
be moot, but the news is that Andy Puzder is now withdrawing his name as Labor Secretary. Okay. So no word on who would be next in line, but maybe Gary Cohn can serve many different roles.
Maybe Scaramucci will be.
Yeah, bring in Scaramucci.
No. Well, speaking about Scaramucci, kind of interesting, we've been doing a lot of reporting on this. There is a massive amount of Asian companies looking to expand into U.S. asset management, looking for assets. And here's where the Scaramucci thing came up.
He sold his company to
He sold to H&A Capital. We do understand. We've been speaking with people at H&A. They are telling us they want to buy more U.S. asset management companies, acquire more assets. And it comes on the heels of SoftBank buying Fortress, the U.S. hedge fund. So
SoftBank is Japanese.
Japanese. So what we see right now is Asian investors seeking to get into the U.S. asset management business, manage funds that are actually managed by human beings, not robo-signers or index funds, as Mr. President probably loves index funds because it's all robotic. But they're looking to get into this because I think what they see right now is with the Trump presidency, added volatility to the markets, people buying stocks, but much more volatile markets, and that's where guys, actively managing, and women actively managing funds usually perform better. And for the investor out there, I'm not telling you to give your money to just any manager, but there is a debate out there versus passive, like put your money in a hedge fund, or active. And a lot of people are saying this is now the market to buy the actively traded.
Would these purchases be approved, particularly from the Chinese side?
Right.
Because could that then be, I hate to overuse the word Trojan horse, but they get into the U.S. financial system in some way, shape,
We should point out that H&A has done a lot of business in the U.S. They've bought stuff from Blackstone, the big private equity fund. They've passed other regulatory barriers. They believe they'll pass listen, they tell me they couldn't care less whether Anthony Scaramucci gets a job in the Trump administration or not. They want to get into this business. They paid up to get into this business because of the dearth of assets. They believe they're going to get the proper regulatory, they're going to get the FINRA approvals to do this deal. If you see H&A getting those approvals, you got to think that SoftBank, which has much more of a presence here in the U.S., a lot more disclosure, do a lot more business. What are they on? Verizon, for example, right?
No, Sprint.
Sprint. That's where, by the way, you notice the something happens to the screen every time I come on. I think that's
No,
the
that's
Russians.
only if the nicey.
I think it's the Russians. But we should point out that we're going to have a full report on H&A's U.S. ambitions on foxbusiness.com. And we're going to lay out. They're going to buy other companies. They want to buy other companies. I talked to one of the top executives there. It'll be an interesting story.
I'll tell you what's an interesting story beyond that. Market is up
Yep.
by a long jump here. Up